educational psychologist Annelle Annandale is joining us in studio on behalf of My Smart Kid. We're going to be talking about school readiness, the 6 milestones your child should achieve. The second milestone is shape recognition. Annelle, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Well, how does shape recognition actually affect early childhood development?
Shape recognition is the basis on which a lot of mathematical concepts and also learning to read is based. If you look at letters, for instance, your child is going to battle to remember what a capital A looks like if they don't know a triangle. And the same with circles for O's, A's, and as you go from there.
Makes sense.
Absolutely.
Well, isn't this just a case then of being able to recognize obvious shapes?
It is, except that eventually, we've got so many different shapes in our environment. If you get to something quite complex, like trying to work out the surface area of a specific place, you need to be able to say, okay, that's going to be a hexagon or a parallelogram or any one of those complex things. So,
all right, well, where do the problems occur with shape recognition?
What often happens with shape recognition is we find it's more about children not being able to remember the name of the shape.
Okay.
Usually they can see it quite clearly, but if you can't remember the name, you're going to battle to express it and say what you're talking about. So it's mostly just a learning activity, exposure over and over again, that children eventually get it.
So what do you recommend parents do at home to help their children grasp this concept if they're struggling a little bit?
It's very important to point it out as regularly and as casually as possible. If you guys are sitting around, you can say, oh, please give me the square book, or will you pass the round ball, or those kind of things. And also, as you go, wherever you go with your child, try and point out different shapes and ask them if they can tell you what it looks like as well.
Now, if a child is really struggling recognizing the shapes, is there something that can be done, or is it just continuing to point it out?
Continuing to point it out is important, but if your child really struggles and you are at a stage where they are about to go to school, you might want to think about getting the help of an occupational therapist just to help you with that concept development as well.
Great, Annelle, thank you for joining me for milestone number 2, and I look forward to number 3.
Thank you.